Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm posting this incredibly late, but this is my May theme for my bullet journal. I didn't have too much time to put in a lot of detail this month, but I knew I wanted to go with something simple. I decided to use loose paper that I had for my arch on my cover page. I had this perfect mint green colored paper that was pretty much a match for a mint green Tombow dual brush pen, which I've also linked all my supplies in the description box, so this is just a no-brainer. I saw this arch cover page first on Whimsical Doodle's Instagram page. Thought it was such a cute idea for something that didn't take too much time. They were inspired by doodaloo.co, so I clicked through their Instagram page as well and was very much inspired by their setups too. So I've linked both of their posts in the description box below so you can check those out if you're interested. I traced out my arch and I cut it out. It's not a perfectly drawn arch, but it gets the job done. After that, I wanted to place my arch to make sure I was going to put it in the center, and I wanted to write out the month on the arch before I glued it in because it's usually easier to do all your drawing and doodling before you glue because then it gets all bumpy and it's like not as even, so it's awkward. So I just picked, I didn't pick a font really this time. I just wanted to do very simple letters, like a sans serif font if you want to say. Just keep it really simple and easy to do. So I just wrote out the month of May in the center, in the top center. I try to post my bullet journal setups every month, so if that's something you're interested in, be sure to subscribe and get notifications for more. Took a glue stick and I put glue on the back, of course, and then I glued it in. Super simple there. And then I took these stickers that I got from BUJO Design Studio. I have a bunch of stickers from her because I am a Patreon subscriber. I'm a patron, I guess. And then I took this washi tape from Shop Amanda Rach Lee, this grid patterned washi tape, and I put them in just for something a little interesting to give it a little more sparkle, I guess you want to say. Then I moved on to my monthly log, and you can see I'm continuing the same style of writing, just regular sans serif looking letters in black. And then like any other monthly log, I wrote down the days of the week going down, and then I'll write the dates going down as well. And then I took that mint green pen that I mentioned, and I'm going to highlight the weekends. I like that because I think it breaks up this long list and helps you realize which week is which. And then next, these are totally new spreads. I'm kind of trying to reinvent the way that I'm content planning for my blog. I actually didn't end up using this too much because I was just really busy with work and other things, so I just did not end up blogging as much for my food blog as I'd planned, but I really like these spreads and I think it was actually easier than creating a full calendar spread for my content editorial calendar. So this first spread on the left side is my content pillars. So a lot of bloggers, when they try to batch their content and create ideas all at once, they try to stick to specific pillars that fit for their blog's topic and niche. And I pretty much do food reviews, restaurant reviews, recipes. Sometimes I post travel things or even interesting things to see in the Bay Area, and then I also post some kind of like lifestyle content, I guess something that doesn't really fit into the food and travel category. And instead of my usual 2-page calendar spread, I did this one horizontal calendar on 1 page. This was very much inspired by doodaloo.co. I really like the way her calendar looked, so that's pretty much what I did. So I just took my mint green color along the top for the days of the week, and then I wanted to continue that arch theme here, So I just drew out an arch so it looked like it was behind the calendar. And I really liked how this looked actually. It was super simple, but it was really effective, and I think it really helps like tie in the arch theme and the color scheme for this month. I just took a black fine liner, one of my Stabilo pens, and just drew on my grid, and then I took a pen. These are always like my favorite Pilot pens that I always use, and wrote out the day of the week on the top, and then filled in the boxes with the numbers, for the days of the month. And then because it still felt a little bare and I have a bunch of these stickers, I took another sparkle one and I wanted to use it on this page. And since they were too big to paste in one area, I decided to cut it up, and so it added sparkles throughout the page. Next, these are my habit trackers and my favorites spreads. If you saw my videos from last month, I changed the names for habits to focus. I think it just sounds nicer and it's shorter. I don't know, I just like the way focus sounded better than habits. So I took my black Tombow pen and wrote out the title, and then I took a mint green and this like beige colored pen, taupe. I don't know if you call this taupe or beige, but that's the other color that I'm using for this theme. I always end up using this color a lot. It's just a really good neutral that can complement so many different color palettes. And then I brought in my fine liner, and so I'm tracing the boxes around. I kept it really simple for my habit trackers. They're just a regular calendar box square. You can also see that I traced weirdly this time because of course I didn't pay attention to what I was doing, and I traced beyond the boxes, which was very annoying. But I did find a quick fix for this. I decided to create this like squiggle that carries on through the page, so it looked like these lines were always meant to be there, and I actually liked how that turned out. So there's always a way to fix your mistakes. I'm always learning that. And then I decided to throw in a little drop shadow with my light gray Tombow pen. I just thought it added a little color, made them pop a little more. This is my favorite spread. I really liked how it came out for the one that I created last month in April, so I wanted to continue it again. I really like this boxes idea that you can fill them in. It feels like it gives some structure to the page versus the blank pages that I used to create last year. I felt like I needed to fill in the page with as many details as I could for the month. So I feel like these boxes kind of give me a base to be like, oh, I only need to fill in like 3 or 4 boxes. Obviously I created more than that, but I don't know, I feel like it gives you kind of a guideline of like how many things I want to put down. I don't know, I guess it just comforts me. So just using my fine liner, tracing out the boxes. I'm pretty much copying the exact layout from last month, but I think I flipped the order of the boxes. Maybe I didn't. I don't think I did actually. But you can check in the April's video as well. And she really liked actually my recreation as well, which was really cool. So I just decided to use the same layout, and I think I'm going to continue to use this one for the rest of the year. I took this sparkly washi tape from Shop Amanda Rach Lee and a couple other washi tapes that I also have, and just decorated the page a little bit, and I got those sparkle stickers back too. That's it. It's super simple to set up. Once you get the hang of it and decide how many boxes you want and how big you want them to be, it doesn't take that much time at all. Next up are my monthly tasks, and I have a spring cleaning spread. So these pages, I will admit, I'm actually not too happy with how they turned out. Again, like I mentioned, I just wasn't really inspired this month, and I didn't want to make it super complicated either, because I just didn't have the time for that. So this is what it came out. but it's okay. You know, I mean, I don't think every spread needs to be amazing. I don't set up fancy weeklies every month. Usually the first one that I do is the nicest one, and then I go back to the basics. So I wanted to bring in that arch theme again, so I decided to draw out the arches here for my monthly tasks for the different sections, like I did for the calendar. I actually feel like this was too bold and too much for this spread. It's just too busy, it looked messy, it wasn't the same as like the arch hiding behind the calendar and the calendar overlaid. So yeah, I just do not like how this turned out. I probably should have used paper or something else. Next was the spring cleaning spread. There's just a lot of things I need to clean up, get organized. I want to get rid of a lot of things that I just don't use, don't wear, things that are really old, you know, things that can be donated that I don't need, just to like make space and just have a nice. And then I also used different inspiration images on Pinterest. You know, people create like those colored shapes on their walls, and a lot of them are arches as well, or circles. So that's where this inspiration came from. Again, I don't think this worked as well as it could have. I don't think I executed as the way I imagined it in my head, because I think this is just too much marker for a page, and to write on top of it, I don't think it looked nice. But I tried something new. Sorry, that's what happens when you take risks. You find out maybe you don't like it. So I divided this up into 3 sections, and the arches were just supposed to be the background. I am not fond of those spreads, but that's okay. Moving on, here is my weekly spread. I actually really liked the way I laid this out. It actually doesn't take too much time to set up if you want to do something that makes you feel a little fancy but doesn't require a ton of effort. I used my 2 colors that I've been using for the headings for the days of the week, and then outlining them with my black fine liner. And then I drew lines for each of the days of the week, and you can see I divided this up actually into 4 sections on each page, even though yes, of course, there are only 7 days of the week, but that was intentional, and you'll see why. So I took my gray marker and I created headings. Each of the days of the week are divided into 3 sections. One is for events, like something that I want to call attention to, like maybe I have an appointment or something. Things that I want to get done for my blog. I need to post something on this date, or I need to like edit something. And then my tasks, which are my personal tasks as well. And I brought in my washi tapes and stickers again, just to give it a little bit of color. So that's it. This was my May setup. I will admit I didn't end up using it as much as I hoped to. I just got busy, and then I lost track of things, which actually wasn't great because I felt really disoriented this month because I wasn't using my bullet journal. So I really made sure I put in the effort for June. Let me know what you think in the comments below, if this is something you like, you don't like, and be sure to subscribe and tune in for more videos. Thanks for watching.